Hello, everyone. Welcome to our second Facebook Live. We had a first Facebook Live and we had a bit of issue with technical areas. So we're just going to, reflect back on the things that was said on the first Facebook Live. So this is our second Facebook Live, and thanks for being here for today. And my name is Claudette from Salon Efficacy, and I will be checking my notes because of course I don't want to miss out on anything that is in regard to the Facebook Live that we're doing on Hair Relaxer. I specialize in curly hair, and I've been doing hair for over 20 years, and I also do all hair textures, but my specialist is more in all hair textures, but I specialize in curly hair. I want to share some of the one reason why I like being a hairstylist. What I love about being a hairstylist is seeing the apprehension on somebody's face when they sit in the chair, and not knowing because of their maybe past experience with having their hair done and based on the textures, and they're not sure about it, and just to inform them on their individual hair texture. I like to speak to people based on their individual texture, and so that's my my joy in seeing when they leave, the joy on their face, because it's like having an empty slate and just draw on it and just seeing the look on somebody's face. And so that is one of my joy, definitely, of being a stylist for so many years. And that is truly my passion. I just want to let everyone know that there is a free e-booklet that is about the hair relaxer. I have in the e-booklet, there's articles that I've wrote with helpful tips about before and after of hair relaxer. Also, there's a area for answers to frequently asked questions that will be there, and there will be space that you can make notes on your hair journey. So you can, while we're doing the Facebook Live, and you would like to interact with by asking questions, you can forward your an email to info@penoak, which is PENOAK -VS.com. So it's info@penoak PENOAK-VS.com. Or after the Facebook Live, if you still would like to get a hold of the ebook, you can send an email to Claudette Salon Efficacy @yahoo.ca. And so going forward, I just you can if you have questions that you would like to place during the Facebook Live, there, in the chat line, you can be able to just repeat sending those messages, because my assistant is here that is assisting me, that can be able to see your questions and can be able to address those questions. I'll be asking 4 frequently asked questions about hair relaxer, and this will take no more than 10 minutes. And also then going into the live Q&A, you can ask question on anything that of interest to you and any myth going forward. So we can go into some question and answers right now, and I'm just going to elaborate on some of the questions, the four frequently asked questions. And one of the first question is, let's go starting from number 1. How do I avoid getting burned? That's a viable question, because based on my knowledge and also based on patrons that is telling me that based on their past experience, they would get a lot of burns and scars. So there's a trauma to that mental part. And so I want to just touch on that myth that I'm hearing, is that if you don't get burned and how long, based on how long the relaxer sits on the hair, then the process is not done. No, that's a myth. The relaxer, you're not supposed to be getting burnt. That is not part of the procedure. And so if anyone have that feeling that is what it is not that. So I just want to touch on that. Basing the scalp is one of the area of avoid getting burned, and your stylist should be able to view your scalp, see it, and know your sensitivity, know your areas, and be able to guide you through those areas, what to do and what not to do prior to coming in to getting your hair relaxed. And so I just want to take away that area. Relaxers are not supposed to burn. So if you're being burnt, then you should have that discussion with your stylist and going forward. The next question that I'm going to touch on is, what is pre-treatment and why it is important? What is pre-treatment? I always do a pre-treatment before a relaxer. What that does is, whenever time a relaxer is done, and this is only based on getting a root touch-up. This is not based on having a new relaxer being done. So if you're coming in for the first time, never had a relaxer, a pre-treatment is not required, but I would most likely have see the hair first, see the integrity of the hair before proceeding. And that is also what a stylist would do to analyze your scalp, your hair going forward. And so what that is that whenever time you pre-treat, you are actually, there is, I do have at least 6 videos on hair relaxer that you can view at your own time on the Facebook website and also Instagram for the salon efficacy. And I do give explanation, the reason why in detail in regarding pre-treatment. And what that is preparing the hair and to preventing any overlapping from the previous relaxer, that the relaxer is not sitting on the previous relaxer and causing any damage to the previous relaxer. And that's why it is vital to do pre-treatment. Moving on to the third question. Frequently asked question. How often should I have my hair relaxed? That's a very important question. The reason being is that it is based on the person's texture. And I would always analyze a person's texture, and I would see where the softest part of their texture is, and where they should look as that is where the tightest curl formation is. That's where we'll give them an indication when would be the next relaxer. Some relaxers, based on the tightness of a person's curl pattern, would have to be done every 4 weeks or 6 weeks. Some, based on their texture of the hair, can be done every 8 weeks. Based on the texture of the hair, the person can be having it done every 3 months. Some of my clients do have it done every 4 months, and it's really based on the texture of your hair. So your stylist should be able to guide you through. There's no one time following that it's every 8 weeks that you get a relaxer. No, it is based on the tightness or the texture of your hair to determine that. Now, the last question would be, what is a deep treatment and why is it important? I do have a printout, because I repeat this consistently to the clients, how to maintain their hair. A deep treatment, you should do it 2 weeks prior. I always tell a person 2 weeks prior to having a relaxer done. And it's also, I do recommend having it the day of the relaxer. The reason being, you open the hair and you want to be able to go in and repair the hair. So repair after a relaxer is vital to keep the strength and the integrity of the hair going forward. And so a deep treatment is important, that I would say to someone, for maintenance. Everything requires maintenance. If you have a car, you have to change your oil on time. Everything requires a maintenance. And so for the relaxer maintenance, I would mention to anyone that they should have a deep treatment every 2 weeks, that they should do one, because you want to keep the inner part of the hair strengthened, and a dryness equal breakage. And so I think I have touched on most frequently asked questions, and I have just a note here. And so I just want to make sure that we cover every area, and that it is going into a relaxer. It is not something to fear. It is something that if it's done correctly, you can have the beauty of the hair, and your hair will actually have the bounce and have it maintained. And so it's always good if you're going to have it done, you have to invest in taking care of it. So that is one of the things that I do stress to anyone that plans to have a relaxer, is to the maintenance is the most important part of a relaxer, is your maintenance that will keep that beauty of that hair flowing. So I am just going to, again, just reiterate anything that may come to mind in regarding to our hair relaxer. Again, touch on a few little things. There's just a myth to regarding having burnt equal straightened of hair. So think about it. If we're doing a relaxer, you base your scalp. That is important for basing. Your stylist should be able to look at your hair, know your scalp, have a history with you, and can be able to guide you through the journey, because it is a hair journey, but it's a beautiful journey. So you build a relationship. It is a relationship that you form with your stylist going forward, that they'll be able to help you and guide you. And the simplest tips, I will always let my clients know you're not alone on the hair journey. You can text me, email me at any time, because if your hair is looking beautiful, I look beautiful. And so, of course, I always say your hair is my billboard. So it doesn't matter. You are promoting what I do. So I do take my craft very seriously. So thanks for tuning in to this Facebook Live, and enjoy your hair journey.